At Nino asks, best advice when mixing with headphones. So this is a question that is, near and dear to my heart, because I have been in a position many times where I've had to mix with headphones. I'm sure many people have been. If you have less than perfect monitoring environment, headphones is a good way to get rid of, just that whole issue with small rooms, poor or no acoustic treatment, which I realize, treating a room is always the best thing you can do, but it's not always an option for everyone. So headphones, I just want to stress, are a viable option for mixing, despite what a lot of forumites would say. So the things to look out for, number one, just get the best possible, like with every bit of equipment, get the best possible headphones you can afford. Make sure they're full range. Listen to as many pairs as you can. Personally, I find open back headphones, if you have the option, if you're working, not beside someone who you're going to annoy, but you're working more or less in isolation, open back headphones just, in my opinion, sound a little bit more natural. So that's a good place to start looking, and a good headphone amp, although most interfaces will do a good job. Beyond that, the most important thing I think you can do with headphones is to just reference other tracks. You are essentially immersing yourself in a slightly unnatural listening environment. So if you just reference mixes that you love, they're from, million selling songs that everyone thinks sounds great, that creates a baseline. And then just listen for certain things. Listen to how the panning is, how wide it is, because headphones are always going to sound a little bit exaggerated, a little bit unnatural, because you don't have crosstalk and what's called head-related transfer function that you do when you're listening to speakers, where your head kind of blocks sound. Part of the right speaker is going to make it into your left ear. All that sort of stuff that gives you the typical soundstage from speakers is absent on headphones. So you just have to get accustomed to that kind of abnormal width. Then, things like frequency balance, reverb levels, where the vocal sits relative to the track itself. Just learn how good mixes sound in your headphones, and make mental notes about things like, balances and panning, and you'll start to understand how things should sound in your headphones. So that'll help orient you once you start mixing. So I mentioned that, headphones are an unnatural listening environment. There are some tools that try and make them a little bit more natural. You have SonarWorks, which claims to balance out the frequency response and, make your headphones as flat as they can possibly be. I have not tried it personally, but a lot of people I know swear by it. They love it. It's a very popular product. So that's one option to kind of, mitigate some of the limitations of headphones. So I know that there's also some products from Waves, I think, has one called NX. Goodhertz plugins has one called Can Opener that kind of replicate what we're talking about, which is this crosstalk where the right speaker, also a little bit of it gets into your left ear, vice versa, which can kind of go a long way to helping you feel like you're in a monitoring space instead of this abnormal headphone space. Once again, I can't personally vouch for any of these products. I haven't used them. I prefer to just get to know my headphones through referencing tracks and just listening over time and sort of learn the idiosyncrasies of that particular monitoring space and orient myself accordingly. Now, the other thing, last but not least, certainly not least, is that headphones are speakers that you essentially put directly on your ears. So the potential for damaging your hearing is, shouldn't be taken lightly. So please, if you're going to mix with headphones, take a lot of breaks, listen at reasonable volume levels. If you do have to turn up the volume, do it for a very short period of time and then take a break. That'll also have the added benefit of, refreshing your perspective when you come back. Hey everyone, I'm Al Easler, Senior Audio Engineer here at LANDR. If you like this video or any of the other videos on this channel, consider liking and subscribing. If you need help with your mix, leave a question or comment below, and either myself or one of our other audio engineers will answer it. Thanks for watching.